Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nastapayeshu Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavadir Naistiki
Bhaktin Bhavati Naistite
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devagi Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, text number 19. 2519. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is The Cause of All Causes. Please repeat the sloka behind me. kārya-kāraṇa-kartṛtve
kārya-kāraṇa-kartṛtve
dravya-jñāna-kriyāśrayāḥ
dravya-jñāna-kriyāśrayāḥ
badhnanti muktaṁ
badhnanti nityadā muktam
māyinam puruṣaṁ guṇāḥ.
māyinam puruṣaṁ
guṇāḥ.
Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. Kārya,
kārya,
effect.
Effect.
kārana,
Kārana.
cause.
Cause.
Kartṛtve,
Kartṛtve.
inactivities.
Inactivities.
Dravya,
Dravya.
material.
Material.
Jnana,
Jnana.
knowledge.
Knowledge.
Kriyā-āśrayāḥ,
Kriyā-āśrayāḥ.
manifested by such symptoms.
Manifested by such symptoms.
Badhnanti,
Badhnanti.
conditions.
Conditions.
Nityadā,
Nityadā.
eternally.
Eternally.
Muktam,
Muktam.
transcendental.
Transcendental.
Māyinam,
Māyinam.
affected by material energy.
Affected by material energy.
Puruṣam,
Puruṣam.
the living entity.
The living entity.
guṇāḥ,
Guṇāḥ.
the material modes.
The material modes.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Avya Charanavartha A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Translation, please repeat behind me. These three modes of material nature,
These three modes of material nature
being further manifested as
being
Being
further manifested as
matter,
matter,
knowledge,
knowledge,
and activities,
and activities,
put the eternally
eternally
transcendental living entity
transcendental living entity
under conditions of
under
under
conditions of
conditions of
cause and effect,
cause and effect,
and make him responsible for
and make him
make him responsible for
such activities.
such activities.
Purport. Because they are between the internal and external potencies, the externally transcendental living entities are called the marginal potency of the Lord. Factually, the living entities are not meant to be as so conditioned by material energy, but due to their being affected by the false sense of lording it over the material energy, they come under the influence of such potency and thus become conditioned by the three modes of material nature. This external energy of the Lord covers up the pure knowledge of the living entity externally existing with him. But the covering is so constant that it appears that the conditioned soul is eternally ignorant. Such is the wonderful action of Maya, or external energy manifested as if materially produced. By the covering power of the material energy, the material scientist cannot look beyond the material cause. But factually, behind the material manifestation, there are adhibhūta, adhyātma, and adhidaivika actions, which the conditioned soul in the mode of ignorance cannot see. The adhibhūta manifestation entails repetitions of birth and death with one age and repetition of birth and deaths with old age and diseases. And adhyātma manifestation conditions the super split soul, and the adhidaivika manifestations is the controlling system. These are the material manifestations of cause and effect and the sense of responsibility of the conditioned actor. They are all, after all, manifestations of the conditioned state, conditioned state, and the human being's freedom from such a conditioned state is the highest perfectionally attained. So, Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmulidamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharni Nirvishesha Shunyavad Pashasha Desha Tarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today's sloka, it is again the discussion between Narada and Brahmaji. So the Narada asked the question about the creation and who is the creator. And Brahma, he explained that I am not the creator, I am the secondary creator, and I am also created by someone who is the Supreme Lord. So that is the explanation he gave. And he is now, from yesterday onwards, the previous sloka onwards, Brahmaji is talking about the material modes of nature. And the living entities of in this material world is controlled by this material modes of nature. That's what he explained in the previous sloka. Sattva guna, rajo guna, tama guna. That was we discussed in the previous class. Today, he is continuing, the Brahmaji is continuing that he is saying that first he is talking about the living entity. So, he's the translation where we can see that eternally transcendental living entity. So that is the word it is given to our soul. It is pointing out our soul. So our soul, first of all, our soul is eternal and it is transcendental living entity. So the living entity, even though we are the part and parcel of our Lord, since we are conditioned with this material world, we are getting into the birth and death cycle. But originally, actually, there is no birth or no death for our soul. So that Krishna already explaining in Bhagavad Gita in the 2nd chapter itself, he is saying to Arjuna that when Arjuna asked Krishna to keep the Radha in between the two parties, Kauravas and Pandavas, that time Arjuna was saying that there are so many reasons he was saying not to fight. And he was full of covered by the Maya. So then to remove that Maya, Krishna gave the explanation. That time first knowledge he gave that you, me, and all the other soldiers and the kings who are there in this war field, we were there in the past, we are there here, and we will be there in the future as well. So that is the explanation Krishna is giving. So from that we can understand that our individuality, it is never going to destroy the soul. The individuality never going to destroy. So always, if you read the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, everywhere it is mentioned that the living entity is the part and parcel of Krishna. So whatever the part and parcel, that means, see, in our body is there, in our body, our hands, our legs, our ears, nose. These are the parts of our body. So it is along with our body, it is there. The similar way, we cannot say that without hand, leg, if there is no parts, then we cannot call that as a body. The similar way, the part and parcel of Krishna means we are also part of Krishna. Our soul also part of Krishna. So the quality, if you take our body, the quality of our hand, quality of our leg, quality of our ears, everywhere if you see, it is the combination of skin, blood, bones, nerves. It is a combination of that. The similar way, the qualities are same. The similar way, the qualities of the Lord, Supreme Lord, and the living entities are same. The quality is same. Whatever the quality is there with the Supreme Lord, the same quality is there with us also. Our soul also the same. But we are calling the super soul, we are Anu-atma. We are means very small, but the super soul, Krishna, he is the Vibhu-atma. So it is a difference between a drop of water and a ocean of water. So we are like a drop of water and Lord is like a ocean of water. But the quality, if you take one drop of water from the ocean and the entire ocean, the qualitatively, both the water are same qualities. It also the salty, that also has salty. The combination, what are the ingredients are there in this water, it will be same, but quantitatively, it is different. So that is the reason we are all calling as a part and parcel of Krishna. It's the same qualities. And Lord, we are calling him Lord, Supreme Lord as a Satchidananda Vigraha. Our soul also, we are also calling ourselves also Satchidananda Vigraha. Our soul quality also Satchidananda Vigraha. Sat, Chit, Ananda. That means it is always Sat, means it is eternal. So our soul also eternal. Supreme Soul, Supreme Lord, Super Soul also eternal. Chit, knowledge, whatever the knowledge Supreme Lord has, we are also having the knowledge, similar knowledge, because we are all the part and parcel. And big Ananda, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Ananda means blissful. So Supreme Lord also always blissful. We are also always blissful. So how can we say that we are always blissful? But our quality of our soul is Satchit Ananda. But since our soul is affected by the material contamination, once we enter into this material world, it is affected by the material contamination. That is the reason we are not able to feel that knowledge, and we are not feeling that eternity. We are not feeling that knowledge. We are not having that. We are not feeling that blissful, since we are touching with this material world. But even though this material world prepared by the Supreme Lord, he is untouched. He is not affected by this material world, because he is the owner of this material world. We are all. For example, if you say the prison house, which is there in our every state, every country, we have the prison houses. So the prison houses made only for the person who are doing the mischiefs in the particular country, who are breaking the law. We are putting in those kind of person in the prison house. So, but the government, who is running the government, who is the president of the current situation, we can say the president, or the olden days it was the king. So he, the king or a president, he can freely go to the prison house. He can come out to the prison house. Nobody is going to ask why you came here and you have to be here. He is not conditioned. Yes, the king or president, he is visiting the prison house for the welfare of the person who are there within the prison. The similar way, this material world is a prison house. Lord prepared this prison house. He put us the conditions, put us here in this material world. Why he put us here? Because we wanted to enjoy ourselves. We want to master over. We are also the part. Anyway, we discussed that we are the part and parcel of Krishna. We are part of Krishna. Our original position is we were along with the Lord in the spiritual world. The spiritual world, there is no material body. We are also having the Satchitananda Vigraha body only, like the Lord. But we had a envious on the Lord only enjoying. I am also wanted to enjoy. So we are affected by our sense gratification. So then it is breach of the Lord. Yes, that is not our original position. So if you have that propensity, okay, that's the reason Lord put us in this material world to understand our position and again come back. So why we are the prison house is made in the state. So the person who is breaking the law was not understanding how a person need to be living in a society. He is not living in that way. He is breaching the law. That is the reason there is a separate place arranged for him to realize for the realization. Once you realize, he will be released from that and he can come and stay with the common public. The similar way, our original position is the spiritual world. That is our original place where we used to live. And because of our this conditioned state to wanted to enjoy this lord it over and enjoy and master over, because of our sense enjoying propensity, Lord put us in this material world as a prison house. So when we come into the prison house, the Lord is gave us this body, material body, because we with the spiritual body, we are all atma, our atma, even though it is spiritual, it is to enjoy that enjoyment. It is require a body. That body is material body. So all the material things, whatever available in this material world, that is these are all called external energy of the Lord. That mud, the water, the fire, these are all the external energy of the Lord. And the soul, that is, we are calling the internal energy of the Lord. So there are three kinds of energies: external energy, internal energy, and marginal energy. We are all called marginal energy. Why we are calling ourselves as a marginal energy? Because we are combination of both external energy of the Lord and the internal energy of the Lord. How? Our soul is entirely it's a spiritual. Our soul cannot be put into the water or cannot be fired, cannot throw in the air, nothing. Nobody can do anything with this material elements. We cannot do destroy the soul at all. Because our soul always it will be active only. It is anadi kalam. This I will say it is anadi kalam, means from long ago. There is no starting date for our soul. We can say I born some 30 years back, 25 years back, 40 years back, 50 years back. No. We came to this material world to visit the particular time. So how a person getting into the prison house for a particular day, before that when he was associated with the society, he was alive. In the prison house also, he is alive. But in the prison house, he was wearing a dress and he used to controlled by the prisoner, the in charge of the prison house, the controller, the supervisor, the superior who is there, the police officers who are there in the prison house, they will be put a control. Okay, you have to be within this room only, a particular time only you will get a food, and you should be after 6 o'clock, you cannot come out. These are the rules and regulation. You need to be there in the prison house. Which is, if there is if your criminal activity is more, they will put it under a separate cell. So that is a cruel punishment we will get. So similar way, whatever we got this material world, this body, it is a kind of to understand, to the realization. So that is the reason we are getting into that connected with them. Other than we are controlled by these material modes. Yesterday we discussed 3 modes of material natures. That is sattva guna, raja guna, tama guna. So how that is controlling us. So because of that, we are getting into different mode, and that mode making us to do some activities. And because of, and also the yesterday we discussed again the 3 kleshas: adhyātmika, adhidaivika, adhibhūta. So the adhyātmika, that is adhyātmik, adhidaivik, adhibhūtik. Adhyātmik, what is adhyātmik? That is our own body will give the problem to us. Even though we are not affected by the external people, the external living entities or other things, but our own body will give the problem to us. That's what we discussed. Our own body will give the problem to us. We will get the pain, we'll get some disease. Either of the one, our own body will give the problem. And the next is Adi Bhautik. Adi Bhautik means all the other living entities around us, even a small mosquito, that also gives a problem to us. Small living entities, and even the neighbors, friends, relatives, everybody there around there, through them also we'll get into the problem. And the problem in the sense, that's what here in this sloka it is explained, cause and effect. So whatever it is, the reason whatever is happening with us in this material world, We are the reason for that. That's what there is a proverb also. Whatever happening in this material world, we are the reason for that. Why we accepted this material? We wanted to enjoy this body tour, like how the Lord is enjoying. I also want to enjoy like that. How the Lord is mastering over everything, I also wanted to master over the things. So that is the reason in that propensity we had, because of that, that is our wish. So that for the wish, to satisfy the wish, Lord put us in this material world, and we are going through all these problems. What are the problems are happening? Who are the reason? We are the reason. And how we are got this material body, how you born in this particular place, how you are working, and what are the problems in your own body diseases, and what is the neighbors and the other living in it is surrounding by you, whether you may be in the different countries and different places, and different way of natural disasters will happen. If people who are living in Japan, they are often they are going through earthquake, and hurricane is coming, cyclone is coming, and there are winter, summer. All these are Adi Bhautik. Sorry, these are the living entities are Adi Bhautik, and the natural disasters are called Adi Daivik. So all this Adi Bhautik and Adi Daivik and our own body, that is adhyātmic. So all these three, which is giving the problem to us, and who is the reason for that? We are the reason for that. And since we are living in this material world, our body is made up of material, and our soul is spiritual. So we are a combination of material and spiritual. So our soul is very small, and that very small entity which is there in this body, that is controlling, that is activating this body. So through this body, whatever we desire, we are trying to achieve through that. So that is the cause and effect it is making. We are the root cause for whatever the effect is happening, and what is the cause. We are the cause, and we are enjoying that efforts. The efforts may be, it may be a good effect or it may be a bad effect, but we have to go through, because we ourselves the reason for the cause and effect. There is, we cannot say that Lord put us in this way. Lord is not the reason for at all. And whatever the body we got in this material world, somebody got the human body, somebody got the dog body, cat body, many animals body, and the plants body, and birds and aquatics. These are all our living entities. All are similar soul only. The spiritual platform, if you see, all our souls, all the souls are the similar category only. That is, we cannot say that only human soul is when he has the ability to go back to Godhead. All the living entities are not, there is no soul. That is the concept of the other religion. They think that they are saying that only human has the soul. All the other things, they don't have a soul. It's not like that. Every living entity in this material world has the soul. Because of their condition in this material world, according to their karma, they got the different body. That's all. But the soul level, it is equal. So that is also Krishna saying in Bhagavad Gita, a Pandita, he will see a dog, a elephant, a Brahmana, and a dog eater. All these things, you will see in the equal vision. Equal vision is how he can see the equal vision. How can a person is a Brahmana and who is eating a dog, that are lower caste people, and a elephant? How can a person can see all the things at a equal level? Because equal level in the sense, the Pandita, who is the Pandita, who knows about this soul and the super soul, that person is called Pandita. The Pandita in the sense, who is completed, the scientist is not called the Panditas. Who have the material knowledge, we cannot say that those person as the Panditas, because they know only the material thing. The person who knows us spiritually, who are we and who is the Lord and what is the connection between us, that Atma Tattva, the person who knows that Atma Tattva, that person is called Pandita. So that person can see all the living entities as a soul. So if that person, he won't harm any of the living entity. The Pandita, he won't harm any of the living entity. We are sitting, we don't have that much knowledge. That's the reason. Even a small mosquito comes, immediately we are killing. Cockroach comes, we are killing. Any other living reptiles comes, we are immediately, the snake comes, immediately we are killing. And we are cutting the trees and plants. Why we are doing? We don't have that knowledge that all of them also having that soul. We don't have that knowledge. That is the reason. Because of our ajnana, we are doing all these activities. So why then? Because of doing that activity, we are harming the other living entities. That is the effect we will get. What are the reactions? We have to go through the reaction also. How we will go through the reaction? We are again, once you take the person is taking birth in this material world, definitely he has to go through birth, death, old age, and disease. This four thing is compulsory for the person who is taking, not only a person, any living entity is taking birth in this material world. It has to go through the old age, disease, and death. So that is the natural way. So that has to be go through the living entity go through all these four phases. So after the death, what will happen? Since we are not understood, we don't have the Atma Tattva, we don't know anything, we are doing the activities because of this adhyātmika, adhidaiva, adhibhūta activities, and also because of our material modes of nature, we are doing this karma, the activities which is binding us in this material world again. How it will binding? Because we are doing some karma. So that karma, it is produced the papa or punya. So in order to go back to this spiritual world, go back to the Godhead, we should not have papa or punya with us. We should clear everything, then only we can go back to Godhead. Otherwise, until unless we have the papa or punya, we have to be there in this material world to clear those papa and punya. So we will be remain here. So even after death also, whatever the activities we did in this birth, and at the time of whatever the thinking we may have, then the next birth we will get. So at the time of death, we are thinking that, oh, I am leaving my husband, I am leaving my wife, I am leaving my children, I am leaving this big house. How? Like that, if you think, then Lord won't go against our wish. Whatever our wish, He will give that. So we are thinking that I need to be here only. I'm leaving my children. How can I leave this big house? Then Lord, what will give? Tadastu. Okay, next birth. Come again, you come to this material. You will be in the remain in this material world. Okay, you wanted to attach to this, your children and your house. So again, you born in this same house. You may be a human form, you may be a little small insect in the same house. It is based on your karma. You will born in this same house and you will be again, because that is your wish. So you will be here only again. So again, the other living entities, they need to go through the evaluation process. But human, it no need to go through the evaluation process. The topmost evaluation is the human form. So that's the reason we are getting that. We have the six senses. Using our six senses, what we need to try to go out of this material world. How to stop this birth and death. So that jnana we need to get. For that reason only, we are getting the human form. But unfortunately, what is happening around us? 98%, 99% of the 99.9% of the people around us, they don't have that jnana. They're born as a illiterate and they're dying as a illiterate only. So at least we got a little glimpse of because of the causeless mercy of the pure devotees of the Lord and acharyas, we are able to hear, we are able to read, we are able to know about the Supreme Lord. We know by the mercy of them, we are not able to know about our condition state. So then the realization should be, okay, I should not be again take birth as material world. Because for us, everybody's death is compulsory and it is 100% sure. There is not even a not 1% doubt also. So that is death is sure. So before I'm leaving this material world, I should not come back again. That should be our promise. That should be our goal. I should not come back to this material world. For that reason only, Lord gave this spiritual activities. When you change your taste from the lower level to the higher level. So what is the lower level? Trying to do our sense gratification, Instead of thinking our sense gratification, when we think about two senses of the Lord, senses gratified, in order to satisfy the Lord, then we are in the platform of the spiritual platform. Then we are in the higher platform. Our taste will be from lower taste to higher taste. We won't think about our senses. We'll think about the Lord's senses. How can we make the Lord happy? So in what are the ways Lord will have happy? So when you read the scriptures, when you understand, when you do the Yuga Dharma, when you do the devotional activities, Lord will be happy. Because Lord is eagerly waiting for us in the spiritual world. When this living entity come back and he will stay with me. It's like his father. So the father and mother who are staying at home, with the son going out for some studies or some tour, some picnic, then eagerly they will be wait. We always think about that son only or daughter only. Okay, he went to the picnic. Whether there should not be any climatic condition or any problem to him, and let him come back and safely. So we always think about our son or daughter. The similar way, we are all the son of our Supreme Father is Lord. So the Supreme Lord is our Father. So he's our Father, the original Father of us. So he is always thinking about us only. When this living entity come back to me? Because we are conditioned, we are here always taking birth and death, we are getting into the cycle. When he will realize, when he will come back, that worry Lord always says. Once we get the knowledge, once we get into the path of spiritual, and automatically Lord also will give the help. If you are taking one step towards the spiritual path, Lord will take 100 steps towards us to give the support to the spiritual activity. So please take this opportunity. This human form of life is very rare. In this very rare human form also, to take the bhakti, that is very rare. That is also very rare. To understand the Supreme Lord is very rare. And follow the devotional service, that is also very, very, very rare. So we got that opportunity. That opportunity we have to catch on, and we have to use this opportunity, and we have to go out of this material world. That should be our target of life. So please, everyone, we will also together, we will help each other, and we will try to go out of this material world. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any comments?